Well, we started August off on a green note. Let's go. Happy about that. A couple back-to-back $900 days on my funded accounts. Love that. Hey, fellow traders, it's Black Coffee Trader. Today is Friday, August the 1st. I'm still in the month of July, but it is August 1st, and time to do our daily recap. So obviously we had the big pullback that we've been looking for, that I've been kind of looking for. If you watch my morning recaps, I did clean my chart up a little bit. I took off some of the levels that I had just to really focus on the major ones. And I was thinking that the NASDAQ might pull into this level around the 600s to the 800s, possibly here around the 23,000s. We are pulled back right now to this level. Looks like it's probably going to hold in that area and set that up for Monday. And we'll probably, I wouldn't be shocked to see a move higher on Monday. It seems like this area is holding. On the ES, we have a similar pattern. I was looking for the 6260s to hold. They did. We are starting to reject that. It really makes me want to short this, honestly. But in any case, I am pretty much done for the day. I've actually locked myself out on my funded accounts, and I had a pretty good day on evals as well. So let's just dive into the trades themselves. This morning, I was looking for the 6260 to hold, and when we got that hold starting to come in, this was a very, very aggressive entry. But I really wanted to give it a shot because I don't know if I can zoom in. Actually, you know what? It might be simpler to just go to TradeZella and look at the TradeZella notes. Let's do that. So here's today, 923. Only a $50 average win because of my very last trade was I'll get to that in a minute. There's a little story to that. But yeah, here we go. Let's go into the trades themselves and make this bigger so we can just see it. So here was the first one. This was looking for a hold of 6260, very aggressive trade, moved the stop to break even very quickly, but I wanted to be in this trade in case the level held. So as you can see, we had the move down and we were starting to hold it. This candle obviously had pushed all the way up, was shrinking back down, and I decided to get into this trade with 3 contracts, and I was not going to let it go more than about $100 against me. If I lost about basically $100, I was going to just close the trade. And I really wanted to be in it in case it held and went. And I knew it was risky. But I was okay with the risk. I was like, all right, I'll take a $100 loss if that's what I need to take, but I want to be in that trade in case it holds. And it actually did not hold. So I took 2 contracts off there for about $40, and then I obviously had my stop move to break even, got stopped out. We wicked down and pushed back up. So technically, big picture, it did hold, but I don't have the bandwidth to hold through that kind of a wick with a couple of contracts. So I was okay with that trade. It was a very, very quick little I knew I could have lost on it, as you can on any trade, but I was risky, but it was worth a shot. I was glad I took it, even though it was technically a losing trade, even though I made a couple bucks on it. Now back to TradeZella for the next trade, which was the best trade of the day. Very, very good trade. That was this one right here, which took almost an hour to work its way out. Only in with 2 contracts. This was also in the ES. So here you can see the first entry. And I almost got back into this trade when we started to push higher. And I thought, man, I'm just not going to do it. It's not my ideal setup. My ideal setup is a clean break and retest. So we wick through this, break it. I wanted a retest, and I actually got it. We got the retest. I really almost should have taken this short, but I was gone. I was away from my desk for a little bit when this happened, and so I missed that. But when I started to see this retest and this push out, I decided to get in it with 2 contracts. Very, very small size. Obviously, with the way that this market moves, this was a $200 stop. My stop really ended up being about 11 and a half points. But in any case, here's the note. Break and retest of 6260. Nice trade. Had to sit and draw down for a while. Nearly got stopped out. We were very sluggish at the top of the range and spent nearly 20 minutes just under my profit target. I finally closed the trade when I thought I was at 150 per account on my P&L. Because of commissions, I was 75 cents short. So on Tradeify, let me just go there now. On the Tradeify accounts, this one advanced account, which is a past eval, I have to have 5 days of 150, which I did get today. I had 4 up to today. Today was the 5th day of 150, but I was trying to get there. And as you can see here on this trade, here for well, 15 minutes, we were flirting. My target was right here. My actual target was right above these wicks. So basically about a 17.5 point trade. And we tickled it here. It just didn't quite get there. But I remembered seeing the numbers flash to 150. Well, we wicked down, chopped around, chopped around, chopped around. And I finally, this candle pushed out. And I saw it be at 151 and change, and I hit close, but obviously it closed at like one tick below that. And because of commissions, I was literally at 149.25. So that's what sets up this third trade. I wish I would have left it go because it would have hit that on the next candle up. It would have hit it. So then I decided to take this break and retest of the 6291s. You had this little break and retest, a lot of wiki candles here. Decided to take that with one mini or one micro, trying to get out of this trade. And when I closed this one, I closed it at like $3 in profit. So I'm a little bit worried about my funded accounts on Apex. Yeah, like $3. So yeah, I was really just looking for a scalp to get over 150, and I did get over the 150. So, you know, that's all good. But I'm a little bit concerned that I might get denied on these accounts if I can get them to a payout, because I am right at the bubble of the 1 to 5 risk reward, or 5 to 1, however you want to say it. So because my drawdown there was about 5.5 points, and I got out of there with about, I think, 1 or 2 points in profit. So it's going to be right on the edge. But really, the mistake, I wanted to get the 150. I mean, I'll just be honest. I really wanted to get that 150. If you're 75 cents away. But in hindsight, I should have just waited a little bit longer. We started to have a meltdown here and a rejection of this level. And it looks like this may end up being a lost level here. We might actually lose the 6260s on ES, which is kind of interesting, because if we lose that, and if we happen to lose the 6225s, I think this pullback might be a lot more than what we're thinking, but the jury's still out. It's you know, it's 1:30 in the afternoon, so this thing may just chop around and hold, and we continue to push higher. So in any case, we take what this market gives us, but that was the day. You know, up 152. Good day. Really, really happy with it. I had a couple back-to-back days of $900 in profit. Let's look at the week. So this week, good week, 1900 in profit, 85% win rate. I've had one day that I didn't trade on Tuesday, so I had 3 green days and 1 red day. Obviously, the last 2 days I've had 6 accounts instead of 3. So if you take, you know, basically this is the week, $1,000. If I only take the 3 accounts that I've been trading, obviously I'm going to take all 6. But the point is, if you look at the red day, green day, how does it line up with the rest of the week? Even though the last 2 days were bigger days, it's because I had double the account size. But really, good solid week, good couple of weeks. I've had a really good run there. 9 traded days, 1 red day out of the 9. And that was a minimal red day. So really, really happy about that. So anyway, where are we at here? Yeah, that's last week. So anyway, I'm really, really happy with the performance right now. I just need to keep that going and push these accounts to payout. I do want to also look at what we did per account. This little spreadsheet shows that. So this week we're basically at 300 per account on this specific PA 90. I'm actually at 400 in profit. So nice consistent week. And then last week we were 700 and 400 basically, and then we had the one new one that we ended there, that one that we ended end of last week. So had a couple nice back-to-back weeks of good little profits, slowly building these accounts up. Got 2,000 of profits across the 6, which is great. And finally, for the first time in a long time, I've got all of my funded accounts above the 50,000 marker. I usually find a way to go into the red, it seems like, and sometimes pretty deeply. And that's one thing I'm really trying to focus on. If I'm working on these $150 days, which now that I've got 5 days of 150 on this account, I don't need to worry about this anymore. I can go for whatever. So, but I'm really going to be careful with that. I'm going to try to avoid having a $300 red day per account. I really want to, if I'm down 100, 150 bucks, I think it's just walk away and don't let that loss get the best of you. Protect that capital. and push these accounts long term to a bigger level. That's really what my goal is to get these accounts to multiple payouts and actually build them up. That's really what I want to do. Eval front today, we had a good day again, and I'm not going to go crazy and try to keep trading these. I just took a couple trades here this morning on the 50K accounts, you know, basically 300 or so in profit. On the 150s, which are traded double, those are about 700 or so. The Alpine account, we're basically right at 4,000 in profit there, so not quite halfway, but we're getting close. On these other 150K accounts, we're about 3,000 in profit on those. This last one here, we're up 1,500. On the Apex 50Ks, I've got one here that's 1,800, so about 1,200 bucks away. Here we've got another one that's actually all 5 of these are about 1,300 away from passing, which is good. This Tradeify account, which would make the 5th funded account with Tradeify, which is the max you can have, which is really a goal. I'm about 500 bucks away from passing it. Up 1,000 on this take profit eval. So I like this slow and steady pace. I do so much better. I blew up a lot of evals during that 90% off sale, trying to pass them in one day or taking big size and taking, you know, getting big trades. I was trying to do that, ended up blowing a lot of them. And I need to just be careful and trade my system. It works if I just mentally stick with it. So I am going to get more of the take profit evals. I love this 90% or not 90%, this 40% off sale and the activation fee refunded at first payout. There's the banner just popped up. That sale ends next week. I am going to add 4 more because I think I could pass this one, and I'm going to add 4 more and try to get to 5 take profit accounts. So if I can do that, I'll have 5 Tradeifys, 5 take profits, and then we can work on working our way towards 20 Apex accounts. So that's my goal. That would be awesome to have about 30 accounts, but obviously I'm just trying to become better at trading, and I feel like I'm seeing the market well. I'm disciplined right now. I just need to keep doing it, and in the process try to build up my accounts and get to some bigger payouts. So as you can see, my trading expenses, the banner just rotated there above 11,000. I was hoping to keep it under 10 until I get another payout, but obviously with some of these sales going on, I did spend quite a bit of money and bought a couple straight to funded accounts. So my expenses are a little bit higher, but that's okay. If I can get even 6 accounts to a payout, that covers, you know, pretty much all the expenses this year. So if we can build these accounts up and add more of them and get those to payouts, it'll change the game. So slow and steady wins the race. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. I keep telling myself that. So, all right, I will leave you with that. It's a Friday afternoon. Let's enjoy the weekend. Hope you guys had a great green day, great green week. Let me know how your week was. And thanks again for using code BCT, supporting the channel if you're buying Apex or Take Profit Trader accounts or using TradeZella. Appreciate that very much. Thanks for following along. Thanks new subscribers as well. We've noticed we had a few more. And once again, I appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you next week. Take care and so long.